Hi everyone, this is Big Benedict. We're on Chapter 1. We're playing Bayonetta on hard difficulty, and this is called the Angel's Metropolis, so it's a very laid-back chapter at first. And I'm going to purposely go around here and smash all the benches. In fact, you can get one of the, it's some kind of a witch's heart or something like that. What you do is you smash all of the benches on this side and on the other side, and you see these little supplies that you get. They'll be red, green, or yellow. Those will go into your inventory, and you can concoct the lollipops. So you might notice that I have almost 200,000 halos, and what I was doing here was, because you can manipulate this, and what happens is once you destroy all the benches, the train will take off, and then if you just jump down onto the train, you'll go through the tunnel, then you'll respawn, and the first time you do it, you'll get that. I'm really new to this game, so it's the heart that when you get 4 of them, they'll give you more vitality or health. So the train's gonna go into motion down here. Just jump onto it. So I did this about 10 times, and you don't get extra bullets for the game after you beat the level. But you might want to try your hand at. The only reason I was even trying to get more halos was because I wanted to see what the parrying accessory is. There's a UT, by the way. First charge is an ET. I'm just kidding, of course. But I can't help but be reminded of Ninja Gaiden when I play this game. But this game is far harder than Ninja Gaiden 2 on Master Ninja. Oh yeah, right there. That's the crow. I think it's 30,000. You might want to invest in that. It's pretty good. I love the new Game Plus feature in this game too. What happens is everything you get, it'll just stack. So you don't have to, you can go into hard mode with all your upgrades. You really don't have a choice. You have to carry everything over. And now we're going to be doing a fight up here. And the one thing that finally sold me on this game was resetting the camera. By clicking the right stick, you depress that, and then the camera will center behind her. And once I saw that, I was kind of on the fence about this game. Once I saw that, bam, I'm buying this game. I downloaded it. The reason I'm not taking this key up here is because you can't discard it. You have to use it as a weapon, and it's pretty slow. And I was getting damaged pretty significantly up here by this angel. But yeah, I think every game should have the reset camera behind the character. But boy, it was really refreshing to actually find a good game, because I was just playing trash non-stop, just unawares, just trying to find a good game. Finally found this one, but this one has kind of a sentimental reasoning behind why I'm doing this. A couple of years ago, I actually picked up this game for my Xbox 360, and I didn't like it. I just didn't. I don't know, because I was so used to playing Ninja Gaiden and having the X button be the gun. I still don't really like that too much. But yeah, really watch out for her ass. It'll really distract you. It's not even joking. It's just such a. It's nice to look at, but it's really distracting. But anyway, yeah, so I actually, on my other channel, I gave this game away to somebody in Romania. His name's Raskolnikov, and he got it. So a couple years ago, I sent that over to Romania because I had asked somebody to do video responses to, just because I didn't want the game, and I don't like just giving people stuff without them earning it. So. That guy was the only guy that actually did a video response. I think he uploaded something relating to Uncharted 3. So, was it Uncharted 3? It might have been Uncharted 3, so that was in 2012. So, could it have... No, it couldn't have been almost a year. I don't know when it was that I gave that out. But these are hard enemies. These are like the enemies in Ninja Gaiden, the Ishtaros enemies with the whips. But this game, yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Raskolnikov. I also have somebody else that was he's kind of a good friend. He's not really a friend, I don't know him, but I would like him to be a friend, if I actually lived nearby him or in his country. His name is Sofrek1991, and he did a really good job playing some Dark Souls tune that really got into my head. But he's got a really good channel where he publishes his piano work, and I like classical music. I like piano music, and I was even so desperate I was going to play Dark Souls. I don't know what stopped me, probably Satan, but anyway, I'm sorry I spoke over that fight, but we're going to be fighting all these enemies so many times. But I did want to at least give a shout out to my friend Raskolnikov over in Romania, and Sofrek, who is, I think, Austria. So right there, you just need to evade and get the witch time so you can go over to this location. And this is a pretty good chapter. My one complaint about this game is it's kind of boss heavy, and because you'll fight a boss and then it's like, oh, okay, just fight a boss, you know, I don't really want to fight a boss again. You go into the next room, boss. You go into another room, like a mid-level boss. It's just, I don't know, I don't like it too much. But I mean, this is a great action title. It's third person. That's what I like. Hack and slash. You notice I have the katana too. You don't have to have the katana. Otherwise, you'd be punching. So what the punch is actually is the sword swipe. Okay, so you're also going to get a chance to go to the Gates of Hell over here. It's what equates to the store in this game. The halos being the currency. But I had to speed this up a little bit because all I was doing over here was just smashing stuff, and it's kind of boring to watch, but it's necessary when you're doing the game. So it's one of those things where if I don't do it, then it is actually more entertaining, and the videos have more brevity to them. But my campaign suffers, so I don't want that to suffer. So I believe once we come down here, we're going to do a boss fight pretty soon. And I had okay, that right there. Yeah, it got in my way. I was actually kind of looking at it right there. Can't blame a guy, I guess, but I had a fun campaign on normal mode. I struggled a lot because I was new to the game. But what you're basically doing in this game, since there's no block, is you're constantly evading. But don't spam the evade button. Try to get proficient at evading right when the enemy is striking, and that's going to get you into the witch time. And okay, here we have a really big battle down here. I always just use the torture quick time events, simply because I know I'm going to get hit, so I don't want to waste it. And you could also buy more health. You notice I've bought more health. You can actually have a little bit more on the bottom of her health bar, but they're $30,000 per upgrade, and I just bought enough so that it extended all the way to the right on the top. And I'm not a pro at this game. You know, if you guys are expecting a no item run or anything crazy like that, I'm a person that uses items, so I don't have any qualms about using items. I'm not going to spam and manipulate the lollipops. I don't know how many you can carry, but I imagine you can carry quite a lot. But whenever I do that, I feel like I'm not getting good as a player. And I also, at this point in time, I don't feel that I am as good as I could be. But that's just because I haven't had long with this game, honestly. Another good thing to get into the habit of doing is picking up weapons. They're very helpful. And the gun is pretty weak. It's mostly for the aerial enemies, like those guys there. And there are just so many enemies in this game, like different types, that it's a good thing, but I can't possibly remember or even try to commit to memory the enemy names, let alone like all the combos that are in this game. But this kind of ignorance to a game, it's refreshing. It's like, I've been playing so many games that it's just the same old thing every single time, because all I do is play the same thing over and over again. So it's nice and really refreshing to play something new. but it's at once irritating and wonderful to have the ignorance of the game, because you can never recapture that ignorance, and it just makes finding out everything about the game just wonderful. So here's an example of what I was talking about. We've got a boss, and then we'll have another boss after this guy. This guy is called Beloved, and he's a pretty easy boss. So I'm going to skip that cinematic right here. And what you want to do basically is just go for the witch times. And that's why I'm not playing on climax mode, even though it probably will get more views just because of the sexual nature of that word. But it's not, I don't think it's going to be fun. And as much I tried to I bought the item that has the ability to parry, and all it said to do was move the left stick in the direction of an enemy when they're hitting you. But that doesn't really work too well when you're playing a difficult game like this, where when you're doing that kind of stuff, you're very vulnerable. So here's a really nice ass shot if you want to pause it and have fun with this. I don't think I got this the first time I played this game, but if you have a turbo control, you'll really win these button presses a lot. And there's her ass. So I'm not going to be blurring that stuff out. It's ridiculous. It's just part of the game. It's just a cartoon. But anyway, she's going to pick this up like it's a pocket knife and put it on her back right there. And when I say this game is harder than Ninja Gaiden 2, that's just an opinion. People are going to differ. There's the heart right there that I think I have 1 of 4. There's a bullet. I'm not interested whatsoever in getting the platinum score for every fight. Nothing is more boring in my opinion than doing something like that. And I'll probably not include the tally sheets at the end of the level because it's just a guide. I'm not showing off. I can't show off. I'm not very good at this game, but I'm getting better, and that's the thing. You know, I haven't wanted to get better at a game since Ninja Gaiden. Okay, so if that boss wasn't enough, we have another boss coming right over here. But this is the boss of the chapter. Oh, we have another fight here. Okay, so that was see how easy that fight was with that picked up weapon. Now the duration that you have the weapon depends on how many enemies you hit with it. You'll notice as I'm smashing these barrels here with this weapon that it doesn't count towards my hits. It only counts enemy hits. But this game is getting a little bit easier for me, which I'm glad. And here's the boss fight out here, which I think I struggled with pretty mightily on my first campaign through the game. Let me skip this right here. Okay, so get used to those fireballs, because in Chapter 14, which in my opinion is the worst chapter of this game, and I'll speak about reasons why that is later, but you're going to be dodging a lot of those fireballs, so if you've already beat the game before, you'll probably have a fairly easy time dodging this. They're very easy to dodge, so at this point all you can do is just hit him with the gun. But you saw there I threw a tornado, the heel attack at him from over here. Now when you do come over here, the comrades that fight alongside you are going to get eaten. So you see how close that was, but I believe the game gives you iframes for those. You know, when you're going into witch time, because you'll get so close to an attack that it seems like you should be getting hit, but you're rewarded for doing what I consider to be like the equivalent of a parry, namely the evasion, which goes into the quick time event, or not the witch time. Sorry. This guy does have an attack where you'll have to do a double jump, because he'll like swing his head over to this area. But all he was doing for me on this try was this attack here. See what you can kind of parry. I'm just going to call it parrying for lack of a better word. And you could really, really get good with those wicked weave attacks. I think it's pretty shameful that they're not. There's no section of the combo list that just that specifically says the wicked weave attacks, like in the list. You're gonna have to scroll through them, and all the ones that I listed in the previous video, that's not the totality of the moves. And because I have the katana, some of the moves, they're different, so the wicked weaves won't work for everything. They're different combo presses if you don't have a sword. But we've defeated that guy, and I believe we have another monster over here, or it's just the same guy. But don't... Oh, is this the same guy? I don't know who this guy is. It's just there's so many bosses in this game. So, parry and get in your hits. I would probably focus on hitting his hand when you can. If his face is too far away, just hit the hand. If his face is in your range, go for his face, because that'll probably take more damage off of him. There is a lock-on in this game, but I don't find it too useful unless I'm trying to hit aerial enemies. And I really never thought I would play this game, but here it is. It's a good game. It really is. It's fantastic. So's that ass. Okay, so double back right here, and then I'm going to do the panther or the dog, whatever it is, and we have a final fight over here versus this guy. So he's going to do a lot of slamming of his hand onto this platform up here on this arena. So you just want to parry it by evading and then going in for the strikes. I believe that the game probably would be easier or harder if you couldn't do the wicked weave or the witch time, excuse me. But again, it's just one of those things where I want to play the game as it is. I don't want to have anything taken out of the game, just for artificial difficulty. I would have liked the climax difficulty to be, just take more damage, just to keep the wicked weave in there. Maybe there could have been an alternate or something that disables that to a different mode of play. But anyway, that's the entirety of the chapter. Just do the climax. That's that, and I'll see you in chapter 2.